here at my camp in Slab City, California. Oh my goodness, folks. So the weather here has changed. It's not as hot. Newsflash, newsflash. It's not as hot. It's still hot. Let's go ahead and look at the temperature in my van. Yeah. So the temperature is a balmy 100 degrees. Yes. Whoa. Look, I use a yoga mat to put my dirty shoes on. The reason I don't use a yoga mat here is because this is the floor where the yoga mat would go. It doesn't work very well. So the yoga mat that I use is under my shorts. I'll show you what I use for our yoga mat. It's actually a big mat that I just fold in half, long enough for my body. And the reason, can you imagine why I like this? The reason I like it is because I can do a big shake-a-shake-a and all the dirt and pebbles easily fall out and I can just store it in the van. So yeah. All right, hopefully my phone won't overheat. Here's my comfy cot. So temperatures, daytime temperatures have been in the low 100s. Nighttime temperatures have been in the 70s, which makes for much more comfortable sleeping. So literally what I do is I sleep until about 3 in the morning, until it gets down to the 70s. And then I start cooling off enough that I can go sleep in the van again. Hi, Cricket. Welcome. How are you today? So yeah, that's very exciting. So us slabbers are wondering, is this an early fall or is September going to slap us around? My friend Dreamcatcher used that term. September might slap us around. So traditionally I'm told that August is usually the worst month. And this year it's been milder than July was. Still, you know, high temperatures in the 110s, but not in the 120s like it can be. And evening temperatures have not gone above 100. Haven't some slab summers, the evening temperature gets down to a low of 100. So, and then it takes a long while. It takes like until 3 or 4 in the morning, but before the temperatures get down that low to 100. So, and we've been in the 80s, like mid 80s. We might have had an evening where it was like in the 90s, but pretty much all I've remembered all summer is evenings in the 80s. So yeah, that's a bit more doable. Still very challenging, no doubt. So yeah, now we're just kind of waiting and wondering, you know, we haven't received the monsoon rains. We had 2 thunder showers that lasted like an hour each on 2 different days this month. Hi, 𝐤𝐞𝐭 𝐒𝐨𝐿. I haven't seen you before. 1 day of school. So you've been to 1 day of school, is that what you're saying? Welcome. Welcome to the live chat here at NatureGlo Adventures. Holy smoke, we have 23 people joining us live today. I know why, because it's Sunday and people don't work on Sunday at this time. So awesome. Sunday's a good day to go live. I should do it more often on Sundays with that in mind. So my work at Salvation Mountain has been going well. For those of you who don't know, Lady Luck, welcome. So I just went live within the last few minutes. So for those of you who don't know, I work at the Slab City Salvation Mountain, which is a large art monument. It's literally an art monument painted into a mountain. It's built and painted into a mountain by longtime Slab resident who's now deceased, Leonard Knight. Okay, cool. ����𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐥. So you're a YouTuber too. Nice. Salvador Antonio. I'm not sure what a love baby means. Okay. So what have I been up to? So I was saying that I work at the Salvation Mountain. I invite you to Google search that. There's a website you can see. There's a Facebook page. So it's an outdoor art exhibit. So how Leonard Knight created Salvation Mountain was, first of all, the mountain was already there. It's not really a mountain. It's like, I was told yesterday that it was actually the shoreline back thousands of years ago. This Slab City was part of an ocean. It was underwater as an ocean. And Salvation Mountain was like the shoreline. So it's like these small clay hills, maybe about 60 feet tall, 100 feet tall. I'm not sure how high they are. That would be interesting to measure them to see how tall they are. So he mixed clay from the earth with straw to make adobe, which hardens, becomes hard as a rock. So he reinforced the mountain with clay from the earth and the straw to make adobe, and then he painted over it 20 times, 20 layers of paint, with each layer having to dry before putting on the next coat. So we're talking 27 years of his life dedicated to creating this artistic memorial, this artistic monument, not a memorial. So we're going to be having a celebration of life for Leonard Knight, the artist of in October. Just go to the Salvation Mountain Facebook page if you want to learn more about that. So last night was really fascinating. I went to the Slab City Range. It's called The Range. It was created by longtime slabber named Builder Bill. That's his Slab City name because he built the range. And the range is an open mic venue. So people from Slab City and quite literally people from all around the world come in the fall and winter months, usually between the end of October all the way until as late as May. But most snowbirds leave in May because it starts to get too hot for them in the 90s. Usually in the 90s. The low 90s is usually people start leaving Slab City when it starts hitting upper 80s, low 90s. So people come from all over the world to play music at the range, and you can also buy food. Usually they sell burgers. They have gluten-free buns and regular wheat buns. And the burgers I hear are really good. Also have a veggie burger. I haven't tried either yet, which is kind of sad. We'll probably do that this year. So yeah, we're just really excited about the possibility of us having an early fall here in Slab City. So the highest temperatures that I've experienced here in Slab City were 123 degrees, which is enough to cook food or keep food hot in an oven. And yeah, pretty extraordinary. This is my camper van that I live under full-time, that I live in full-time, and this is my shade structure. So those of you who are new to my channel, this is how many folks here in Slab City live. So Slab City is known as the last free place. It's where people can come here to live rent-free and build your camp how you want it without any building codes. So that RV is not actually mine. So I power my needs with solar. So here's my shade cloth, and I had help building this structure. So the van right now is enshrouded behind shade cloth and underneath a hay tarp. There it is. I also have to cover my tires because it gets, the desert heat will dry the tires out. So not only do I put the van under shade, but the tires have to be covered to preserve their life from dry rot. Unfortunately, I had it tacked up over there, but the soil's really sandy there. I tried to reinforce the soil and make it into like a clay cement by wetting it and tamping it down, but it keeps pulling from the earth. The wind will pull out. So here's what this stake is holding really well, but that one I have to tie up against the structure. And then we've got these really cool triangular sails. Yeah, so it's very exciting living rent-free, let me tell you. Hi, Eliza Lopez Medina. Welcome to the channel. Where are you from? Where's everyone from? Go ahead in the chat. I'm originally from New York State. So what brought me out to California originally was van life. So I did full-time van life in this van starting in May of 2013. And I call her Green Queen because she runs forever. That's what I believe, and that's what she's doing so far. I also preserve her life by minimally driving her to save on wear and tear. So right now I pay friends gas money if I need to go into town. But I strategize. When I go to town, I try to do it all in one fell swoop instead of burning gas to go back and forth to do laundry, burn gas back and forth to get this and that at the grocery store. No, I do one trip a month. I stock up on all my groceries. I do my laundry in one day. Any other errands. Sometimes I have to spend the night like at a Walmart parking lot. Hi, Sarah Jane from Wisconsin. Welcome. So sometimes I spend the night in a Walmart so that I can resume my errands the next morning. And that becomes more typical in the fall and winter. I won't do that in the summer because the evenings are just way too hot to wake up. Like the van is sweltering hot when it's not under the shade structure, and I don't have air conditioning in the van. So it becomes very dangerous. And speaking of getting hot, I need to get some water to cool myself off because, you know, it's 100 degrees. So get my handy dandy pan and fill it with canal water, which is what's in here. I don't use drinking water for cooling off. Whoops. It's not whatnot. Ooh, this is a little challenging to do one-handed. Oh, thank you, Rebecca Banana. Welcome. It's great to see you in chat. So right now, I'm getting hot because it is 101. So the van actually is typically about 4 to 6 degrees warmer than the outside temperature in the shade. So this is vinegar that I'm adding to that, which is a great cleaning agent. And then I add some essential oils to the water. This is lavender, a couple drops. Swishy, swishy, swish that around. This is my chili pad. It's a Frog Tog chili pad. It's like this plastic material, but it holds the water. It holds a lot of water. So I just bring it out a little bit so it's not super dripping wet. Although when it's like 110 degrees out, I will leave most of the water in the chili pad. So that just helps keep me cool. The next thing I do is I grab my bandana, submerge it in water, and I will wrap it around my head, but I can't do that because I'm holding the phone right now. But what I can do is put it on top of my head to help cool me off. I can wipe the sweat off, obviously. Take my glasses off. So that helps cool me down when I start to overheat, because I noticed that my head was starting to get pretty hot. So most people aren't comfortable doing their day-to-day living life business in 102 degrees, because that's what it is right now without air conditioning. So back in the day, like back before the 80s, I think it was, people lived without air conditioning. I know when I was a kid in the 80s, my mother was on welfare and we did not have air conditioning in our apartments. We just had box fans. And that's pretty much what I have. Well, this is actually a shop fan. It's a Bauer fan. And I get that at Harbor Freight. And it puts out, it has only 2 settings. I wish it had 3, because the smallest setting is not very strong. So yeah, that's how we keep cool here in Slab City. Now I need to put my glasses on because I can't read your comments. Sorry, the camera's going all over the place because I'm doing everything one-handed. Chuck Wagon Chuck, oh my goodness! Are you Chuck? Tell me something that only you and I would know, because I'm not 100% sure you're who I think you are. Wow, I have 2 bars for this stream today, which is super unusual, so I'm going with it. A lot of times by 20 minutes I start buffering and then the live stream has to end. So one thing I wanted to talk about is why am I putting myself through this torture? Living without air conditioning, living in Slab City, which honestly, Slab City does have a reputation, thanks to YouTube. There are you know, there's a lot of drugs here. There's some crime that happens. But you know what? Wherever there are human beings, that's pretty much what we get in any city. There's very few cities in this world that have low crime. You haven't had to run from any forest fires today. Okay. Aw, Chuck, it's so cool that you're here watching my live stream. Thank you. Oh, I so much want to do the Eastern Sierra. Every single summer I want to be in the Eastern Sierra, but my heart told me to go to Slab City, so here I am. So I wanted to talk about why in the heck I'm here in Slab City. A big part of it is honestly for economic reasons. I left my previous partner. Decided that being in a relationship really isn't the best thing for me. I wanted to be single again, and I needed a place, an affordable place to live, preferably a place that I didn't have to pay rent. I had lost my job back in February of 2023, and I realized that was the last straw of trying to make it in society. So I had been watching longtime Slab City resident Cornelius Van Gogh's YouTube channel for 4 years, and I decided that I was going to come to Slab City. Like I said, mostly for economic reasons. I've been struggling with an online business for 8 years, trying to make it support me, and just couldn't get it to support me. You know, like I'll get trickles of money in from it, like from selling online curriculum. For those of you who don't know, I've been a teacher since 1996, and I've been offering live and pre-recorded self-paced online courses for math and science since 2011. And most of us teachers aren't marketers. Newsflash, yeah. So I struggled for all of these 8 years. I'm still struggling. Like, I haven't given up on my online teaching business, but I've struggled to get students into my courses, struggled to find them, struggled to, you know, get the word out there that I'm on the internet. You know, Google is not exactly the easiest search engine in the world, and you have to jump through hoops and hurdles for Google to even really take notice and send people to my website. It doesn't happen overnight or magically. So I've tried everything under the sun, from SEO, from numerous trainings. Long story short, the business has not been able to carry me. So I moved to Slab City. Number one reason, for economic reasons. Number two, I also had a really strong desire to help build a healthy community experience. Is Slab City a healthy community? It's made up of individuals that are pretty independent, resilient, survivalists. Yes, you know, we have a strong drug presence. There's, you know, some crime, but those aren't the people I hang out with. I'm not interested in any of that. And there's other people like me that aren't interested in any of that. So those are the people that I, you know, would desire to attract to live here and help build community, a healthy community. And people can change. You know, I hold hope for any human being that wants to change. Of course, change only happens when people want to change. Thank you, Chuck. Yes, I have been doing well. So, yeah, so that's my second big why as to why I wanted to move to Slab City. So, the end of October, Slab City is going to be having a big welcome to Slab City for the snowbirds, which traditionally people that live full-time out of their RV or part-time will come to Slab City for part of the fall and winter or the entire 8 months. It just depends on the snowbird. So we'll have a lot of people returning from off the road to live here. So you can camp for free. So, you know, it's pretty much you just pull up and you ask your neighbor and make sure it's okay to pull up in your RV, car, tent, or whatever. And, you know, camp for free here. And people can come to the Welcome Week, which will be, I think it kicks off on Halloween with a Halloween celebration. So people can bring their Halloween costumes. So already people have been asking me about where to camp. I'm not going to get involved with that unless someone's a close friend and I know them personally. So, you know, I really can't take responsibility as to where people camp. I don't know. People show up from all over and they just figure it out. You come here, come to the range, get to know people and ask people at the range, and you'll pretty much always find somebody willing to point you in a direction. But the range is we have that every Saturday night at sundown, anywhere from 10 o'clock to midnight or 1, 2 in the morning sometimes. The range has live music. Anyone that sings or plays an instrument, no matter how good or bad people think they are, people are welcome to get up on stage. Typically you come early when you want to perform and get on the list to get on stage. So it's a great opportunity to meet people in person. I plan on being at as many Saturday ranges as I can possibly be at. I don't always make it to them, but yeah. So there's your invitation to come to our Welcome Week starting Halloween. I think Halloween Day. Not sure of the dates of the Welcome Week. I should get that. I'll probably have a more official advertisement inviting people to come. So yeah, Chuck, maybe you could come if you would be interested. So anyone have any questions or comments before we wrap up? This helps so much. Wow, this is already starting to dry, but handkerchiefs do kind of dry quickly, especially when they're opened up. I should show you how I usually do it. So, all right, so this will help. This is difficult doing this one-handed. There we go. This way it won't take forever. This way it'll take much longer for the bandana to dry. And then I dip this back and forth into the water pan so that it just actively stays active with cooling my head. So chili pad. And I also have friends that have a giant, what's it called, swamp cooler. So I'll be spending time with them, probably some this afternoon, to keep myself cool, to cool my core, as we famously say here in Slab City. I want to invite you to check out my t-shirt store, link in the description. I have some cool Slab City art, Slab City inspired art called Slab City Butterfly Garden. It's on a variety of t-shirts, and store I'm using is called T-Mill. They're based in the UK, And every weekend at the end of the month, they have free shipping. But if you're eager to order, if you see something that you like, go for it. I also have a Ko-fi community that you can join if you want to support this channel. Link in the description as well. There's 3 different membership tiers. Of course, Ko-fi also I also accept one-time donations. Cash App is probably the best way to donate if you want to support this channel with a one-time donation. Link in the description for my Cash App as well. And Rebecca says, I just want to say I've been a fan of yours since you started your channel. Very kind heart. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. And very cool that, wow, so you've watched my channel since the beginning? That's like, what, 3 years ago when I started it in Ridgecrest, California. My very first video was of me laying down in my camper van bed in a Walmart parking lot. I had just gotten up. It was a cool fall morning, drizzly, and that was how I started my channel. It was pretty funny. I was living full-time out of the van at the time. My online business was not doing well, and I was honestly scared of not having money to put gas in the van. And that was right before I met my partner, whom I shortly thereafter moved in with. Oh, okay, since Slab City. So I moved here well, I did my visitor stay, 2-month visitor stay before I decided to move here back in January 8th of this year, 2024. So thank you for watching all this time. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and check out also my shorts, my other shorts. I've been doing a short series about things to do near Slab City. Hi, Lori Oak. Nice to meet you. Seeing me live. I was just about ready to close, but where are you coming from? So I was just telling you a shorts series about things, places to visit or things to do near Slab City. So you can check out those shorts. Also, I have a series that I started about restaurants near Slab City. So far I've been exploring like in Brawley, California, which is 30 minutes from here. Thank you, Rebecca. Yes. I will stay cool. Staying cool. Under my shade structure. That's such funny languaging. So instead of this being like a carport, we call this here in Slab City a shade structure. Ah, Lori, you're in Iowa. It's a humid heat, 108. Ooh, I didn't realize Iowa got that hot. And you've been following me a couple of years. Oh, very cool. And you've been to Slab City too. Oh my gosh. How cool is that? Wow, 108. Is that unusual for Iowa? Or is that kind of average high summer temperatures in July and August? I thought we were like one of the few places that got that high. Hi, Mad Mac. Yeah, it's really pretty yesterday and today too. Oh, the heat index is 108, I say. Very typical. Wow, I've honestly never been to Iowa. So, whoa. And I think is that considered Midwest? I'm sorry, I'm not looking at a map of the US. So, wow. I've always thought of Iowa as kind of being kind of on the border of the Midwest and the East Coast. Eastern Oregon people I follow are running at 118. Ooh, really? Midwest Central, okay. Wow, I have not heard about that in Oregon. That's insane heat for them. That's like temperatures here. What the heck? Yeah, so I guess people all over the United States need to know these high heat survival skills. Shade is number 1, electrolytes number 2, water pan number 3. Well, all of them at once are pretty important. Oh, Eastern Oregon is a high desert climate. Okay, that makes sense for sure. Oh, I just shaved my head recently. Well, I've been shaving it this way. Best haircut because it's literally, so I literally leave like this much hair. I'll show you the back. And that helps keep me cool too. Because long hair just gets all sweaty and it holds the heat in more. So this kind of haircut just helps with the evaporative cooling as well. Thank you, Lori. Yes. Yeah. Feel free to share these ideas. These ideas were shared with me. The chili pad I learned about from my friend Steven. So yeah, and I just get them at Walmart. I think it was like 20 bucks or something. I tell you what, one thing I am eager to do is to liberate the van from behind the shade and drive her again. Like, I'm really eager to take you folks on some local trips, like local places. Like, I want to go to the Salton Sea. I want to go to Julian, California. I want to go to Holtville Hot Springs. Now, I'm not going to be doing a lot of traveling often because I am here in Slab City to participate in the community, and I have a job here. I work at the Salvation Mountain, so that keeps me on a short leash. It's kind of tough because I'm a nomad at heart. You know, I've been doing van life since 2013 and running away as soon as I could walk as a child. So I'm a nomad at heart. But I am committed to Slab City for at least a year for my job at Salvation Mountain. So, and I feel happy about this. I feel good about it. But the way I want to mitigate this is to get out like once a month, do like a 2-day trip somewhere, because I have 2 days off in a row. So I want to get out and explore and take you along with me. All right, so there's that to look forward to. Please go ahead and hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons if you haven't done so already. I think most of you watching have subscribed to me before. But thumbs up really does help boost the channel and will aid YouTube in pushing my content out there further. So much appreciated. All right, folks, thank you for watching. Go ahead and check out those links in the description for my t-shirt shop and my Ko-fi community if you want to help support this channel, my Cash App as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.